Today I'm going to go over the 20 most common last names in America. The number 1 most common last name is Smith. Smith begins and ends with unvoiced consonants, s and th. In between, me, me, the M into the I as in sit. Smith, Smith. I've noticed for people whose native language is Spanish, and probably for other languages as well, it's difficult to say any word that begins with an S without saying vowel in front of it. For example, instead of Smith, I sometimes hear a Smith. Now, the S is unvoiced at the beginning of Smith, which means with the vocal cords, no sound is being made. So if you start with an S, you're starting with a vowel, which means you're making sound with your vocal cords. So if you think of trying to start without making any sound whatsoever, then with that M sound, letting your vocal cords work, that might help. The second name, Johnson. J, going into the as in father, even though it is spelled with an OH. Jaw, Johnson, Johnson. The last syllable, which is unaccented, sn, is basically an S straight into the N. Sn. There is a little bit of a schwa thrown in there in the middle. Johnson, Johnson. Number 3, Williams. Williams starts with a W, which is difficult sometimes for people whose native language is not English. So your lips have to start in that really small position. Williams, Williams, Williams. So the first I is an I as in sit, and the second is an E as in she. Williams. Jones. Jones, like Johnson, starts with this J sound. Jones. It then has the O as in no diphthong. And notice that the S at the end is voiced. Jones, Jones. Number 4, Brown. Brown has the ow as in now diphthong. Brown, brown, brown. Number 6, Davis. Davis has a second syllable, this, that begins with the V sound. Now, when an unaccented syllable is starting with this sound in particular, it's difficult, I think, for non-native speakers to hear. Davis, Davis. Do you hear V? There's not really a sharp V sound in there. Davis. But if you watch my lip, you will see that it does come up to make that position. It's just a quick little flick. Davis. And my vocal cords are continuing to make sound. But it's really more of that than a V. Davis. That has the A as in say, Davis, with a schwa in the second syllable. Davis. Miller. The first syllable has an I as in sit, mill, and it ends in an L. And when it ends in an L, that is considered a dark L, which means we kind of slide through an sound before we finish it off with the L. Mill, mill, and the second unaccented syllable is simply Miller, Miller. Number 8, Wilson. Now again, the first syllable here ends with an L. So we start with a wi, but then we have to go into a before we close it off to the ul. Will, Wilson. And the unaccented syllable, sin, again, almost without a vowel. Wilson. Number 9, more. Now this is spelled M-O-O-R-E, but it has the same pronunciation as the word more, as in more and less. More. It has the O as in no diphthong. More. More. Number 10, tailor. Tailor has the A as in say diphthong and the second syllable, lur, lur, again without a real pure vowel sound in there. Tailor, tailor, tailor. The second half of these 20 names will come in another blog entry soon.